gonna do this to me again. Okay, let's try to refresh this. Does it work? Okay, it works. Awesome. Put that little thingy up there. Put a little chart on. Where did our chart go? Oh, right here. Krypton, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man? Let's start our little intro song, shall we? While everybody's stacking in here. LG, I don't have any candy for you, buddy. I'm sorry, man. Actually, I should look at this chat up here. Amazing Asian, what's going on, man? TL, just in time, a little bit early. Latin Crypto, what's up, man? You're welcome, man. I appreciate it. I know you guys been asking for it for a long time, and I'm sorry that I haven't got to it right away. Mr. Thakas, what's going on, man? Howdy, brother. Stefan, what's going on, man? That's awesome, Krypton. I'm glad you can utilize that, man. Just give it a little bit of time, and it should become HD. That always happens when you upload a YouTube video. It doesn't come out right away. It's so funny, Kite. I don't think I can let it go. Dude, trust me, I can't either, man. I'm gonna write a book one day from From Candy to Crypto. How I turned $8 into a fortune. Just a little bit of time, a little bit of effort. Marco, doing absolutely fantastic, man. Had a great day. It was a nice off, just chill day. I got to sleep in. I didn't have any sessions planned. Got the video done. As always, it takes a couple tries because I'm a numbskull, but I got it done. Corporate tax test. Oh my god, that sounds like a boring time. Little time, a little effort, and lots of candy. Yeah, we selling that crypto candy now. So we're seeing that little bit of a pullback that I was talking about last night. And I definitely do think that there is a high chance. I'm not going to lie, guys. There is a high chance. Let me switch the song real quick. Let's go to Ryan Carvalho. I'm going to actually message Ryan Carvalho. I'm going to be like, hey, man, can we work something out? Because I play your music too damn much on my live stream. I get demonetized. And I would love to have your permission. And if he wants a little bit of money, I'll pay him a little bit of money. I'm tired of YouTube scratching at me, telling me, hey, this is not your music. I'm like, I know YouTube. Thank you, Marco. I appreciate it, man. All right, so let me put my 50 down. You can see that the 2 hour is already pretty damn close to the 50. That's awesome. We want to see that because if we want this to hold as support, what we would want to happen is for it to come back down and get a bounce off the 50, and that would actually continue us up higher. So I'm very happy that that is happening. You can see the 1 hour already is kind of pushing past it, but we're looking for a bounce anywhere around 45, like in that region. It doesn't necessarily have to be directly on the 50. Like a rejection can sometimes come up above the 50, but I still consider that a rejection at the 50. Now, we're looking for another little tiny trigger wave like this if we want another blast off. So I did change up my DCA positions. I did have a DCA set for $9,218. I kind of changed up what I was doing, so I don't really think that would be a good thing. I already have a good amount of position in it, since it is a very good long. I actually put another DCA back down here at about 90.50, and then stop loss at 9,000, because that is our 8-to-1 Gann fan. That is the previous pattern that we came from. I just don't want to break my rules. Now, the sad thing is that I already calculated my leverage, and I really can't back out of that. So if I do lose this trade, is because, and I do take a little bit more than I would actually lose normally, it's because I'm dumb. I teach you guys all the time to follow a strict set of rules, and that was one situation where I have not practiced what I preached. If you do not follow a strict set of rules in terms of attack and retreat, in terms of how you're going to get into a trade and how you're going to get out of a trade, you're going to get lost in the sauce. You're going to make bad trades, bad decisions, get yourself stuck in corners. So I'm going to let this one ride. If it doesn't work out, yes, that's a little bit bigger of a hit that I would like, but it still doesn't set me back that too far. And then from here on out, I'm not going to make the same mistake. But in terms of risk to reward, we still have that. It's just because I had to move my stop loss and my potential DCA point. If it does not work out, it does kind of suck. It's a little bit more than I would actually like to lose. But I wanted to be upfront with you guys when I do say stuff like that. The 50? The 50 that I always refer to is on the RSI. So you can see anytime we get a rejection off the 50, that is an early warning sign of a breakout to the downside. Whenever we get a bounce off the 50 like we did right here, that is an early warning sign that we will have a breakout to the upside. So that's what I'm hoping to see as the 50 is coming back down on the 2 hour. 2 hours is my favorite time frame in order to see that 50 bounce or 50 rejection. Bitbird, what's going on, man? Jason, man. Yeah, Gann fans, they can be tricky. They can be tricky, but once you get them, you got them. You think ETH can come down to 170? I'm actually looking for ETH to come down to 144. Now, that is before we actually had a breakout on Bitcoin. It still could happen. It still could come down to 144. But let me take a look at the chart real quick. I don't want to give you any false information. Let's look at it. ETH. Why would I not, Bitbird? Why would I not? Oh, actually, okay. What happened to all my Gann fans? What? I had to delete. What? Okay, this is weird. All right, let's put our Gann fans back. I don't. Oh, I know why. Because it's am I on like the wrong time frame? Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. Turn that off. All right, so we did see a rejection. Now we are above that macro resistance that I was talking about for us to fall back down to this one at 144. So yeah, a pullback to 170 is fine. Now we are above the horizontal, which is at 170. So I would be assuming it would want to come back down and test that. So yeah, 170 seems like a perfectly fine number for it to come back down and get a bounce off of. But now that we're back above this macro resistance, that's really good. Actually, you know what I'm actually going to do right now? Okay. Let me check the indicators out real quick. Let me make sure I'm making this a correct decision here. It does seem like a double top. That's the thing I'm worried about. Tell you what. I'm going to set a limit long at 169.33. And then I'm just going to put my stop loss at 166. So let's set up a trade real quick. Live trade. Okay. Because I have not traded ETH in a while. It's just been kind of sitting in my Bybit account. It's been growing, don't get me wrong, but I just haven't made a lot off of it in terms of trading. So let's see. If we take a long at about 169, stop loss at 160. Actually, we'll put a stop loss at about 165.5. So that's about a 2.16. We'll go to calculator. Calculator. That's calendar. Calculator. Calculator, and then we'll do 20 divided by 2.16 equals 9.2, and then we'll times that by, okay, I can do that on my own. All right. We'll set that up real quick. Put on ETH. All right, so I said 160 what? So we'll do 168. Stop loss 165.5. So I'll just use 10x, call it even. So 168. And then I gotta do some math real quick. Okay. Okay, we got that trade in. If it does come back down, I would be looking for it to hold that. That's a good risk to reward trade setup, so we'll see if that goes through. Gosh dang it, fishy. You're gonna have to give me 1 second, because I don't know who that was, but they opened the door really loud. I could be getting swatted, guys. This could be my time. What happened to my Gann fans? Oh, I'm on my ETH chart. I'm so stupid today. Which one were we on? Were we on Bitstamp? We were on Bybit. Never mind. We weren't? Alright, I'll come back to this later. I'm not trying to figure out what chart I was on. I'll just rewind the tape. Alright, let me open up my chat again. Let's see. Boom. What's this trade? I was taking a trade on ETH. Ooh, nice pullback on Bitcoin. Getting closer and closer to that 50, guys. Let me tell everybody in the Telegram that I'm live because I have not actually told them that I moved my stop loss. Live right now. Did move my stop loss to 9K and CA to Yep. Like I said, guys, I like it when I have higher viewer counts because it makes me feel like I'm reaching more people at one time, but it's not what I'm worried about. But, you know, we hit our 100 goal. You guys get the earlier live streams. It all works out in the end. On your money flow chart, is that the VWAP? No, this right here, that is the RSI. Just default RSI. This right here is the VWAP down in the bottom right. That yellow line. Crypto Fever. I'm doing absolutely fantastic, man. How you doing? Big L, what's up, Kite? How are you, my friend? Greetings. I don't know, man. How am I your friend? I just like people. But how you doing, man? Thank you very much for the kind words. KP Crypto, what's going on, man? Damn dog got you confused. JJ, don't know if I said hi already, but hi again. I watched the fans, but didn't understand the 45-bit. Any tips? So what I was saying was, the 45 is a tool that is used to make sure that your up channels and down channels are symmetrical to each other. So let's say, for example, let's do this just right here. There's not going to be any price action involved. Let's say I set up a Gann fan. Okay. And I just go ahead, find out what my next bottom is. Let's say it's like right here. And I just do a 45-degree angle for no reason. Okay. Now, if this is accurate just off the bat, that's just because it's muscle memory, but it should be inaccurate. Okay, so if you do your Gann fans wrong, what you'll see is your 0.5, there will be intersections between the down channels and up channels that make these little X's. The middle of the symmetrical triangle should be a straight cut by the 0.5. So if I do this correctly, okay, so now I'm going to use that 45-degree angle. I'm going to line it up with my 1-to-1 Gann fan. Okay, just like that. I'm going to line it up. Now, if I take another 45 up here, and I match this down channel to the 45, you can see it's much more accurate. Let's see. Pretty much it is. So now you can see that my 0.5, it cuts through all of the intersections like butter. It's kind of off just because it's not exact. I don't have price action to go by. But you get the point that I'm saying. So if your 0.5 does not cut through the middle of the pattern like butter across all of those intersections, something's off. It's not symmetrical. Rafa, what's going on, man? You know me, just sitting in the wrong position at the wrong time. Just kidding. We're taking good risk to reward trades. Let's see if they work out. I did move my stop loss down below my 8-to-1 Gann fan because I need to adhere to my rules, and I was not. I was basically compensating because, you know, that monkey brain. Okay, we all got a monkey brain. And monkey brain said, you want to make more money, Austin? Make sure your stop loss is a little bit higher so you can crank your leverage. No, monkey brain. My stop loss needs to be in a smart place. So, unfortunately, the way I set this trade up, I can't go back on it. So, if it doesn't work out, I will lose more than I'm supposed to. But I gotta adhere to my rules. And if I want this trade to actually work out, I have to give it the best chance I possibly can. And that means having my stop loss below the 8-1 Gann fan no matter what. So that's the reasoning behind it. I did move my DCA from 9,218 down to 9050. So I can get my average entry even lower. And just in case we do get a bounce off the 8-1 Gann fan, we could hold up here and I don't get a DCA down there. That's fine by me. I'm absolutely perfectly fine with that. Kite, you're in a long right now? Yes. Yes, I am. That's because we're above a macro resistance, and our RSIs are actually cooling off pretty damn fast, to be honest. I'm very happy to see that. ACR, don't know if I said hi, but what's up, man? How you doing? Crypto Soldier, what's going on, man? I am personally in a long right now. What I'm hoping to see, my entry was 9,260, so I'm at a little bit of a loss right now. But I'm hoping to find support at the 50 on the RSI on the 2-hour and get a bounce off of that. That would be absolutely huge, and that will allow us to trend back upwards towards the 1.618. At the 1.618, I will be taking my profit. By then, all of these bearish indicators have been bearishly diverging for quite a while. Once we get to around 10,000, anywhere between 9880 to 10,100, that should put us back in some sort of pattern for a couple of days. And if we do want to continue to break out to the upside, we'll continue to do that. Because like I said, guys, that daily RSI bounce has not happened for 9 months. That is the most bullish thing that has happened in 9 months. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Right now, I think my trade is on like a 10x because my stop loss was 2%. Now my stop loss is, let's see right here. Now my stop loss is 2.83%. So I will lose about 10% more, almost, minus 2% more than I should, which does kind of skew my risk to reward ratio from this last trade and this scalp trade right here. But it's because I screwed up. That's all. Fish is being a good boy. He's sleeping. Now, since we're already at the 50, if we do get anywhere in this region, that actually would be damn close to the oversold region. You can see the 1 hour is almost there. 30-minute is almost there. Well, we're looking good. We're looking good. So far. So far, so good. So I might not have to get scared. I might not have to, obviously I would like to get that DCA hit if we do continue on upwards. That's just more money. That's just more profit. Gets my average entry a lot better. But it is what it is. Buy the dips. I think it's that time again, guys. I do. I have the 0.212 about $10,100 and $10,100. From where? Where? From this pattern, because for me, it's only at 9,478. Because you have to base these off of price structure. The only ones that you should have in terms of fib retracements right now are off of this pattern right here and the macro pattern. Everything else, I don't really think it's going to remain consistent. Where's the setting to make so all the panels change at once? So if you go up here to the top right, go to your layout button. You can sync your symbol, crosshair, drawings, time, and interval. That way, when you move around on this screen, so let's say for whatever reason I want to go back in time and I want to look at what happened here. Once I click, it will change everything. It will line up my MACD, I mean not my MACD, my RSI money flow, and my market cipher B blue waves. And then when I want to go back, pop, goes right back. Okay, can you show me how you have split the charts on the right to the main chart? When I do it, TradingView, I have the main chart open above the two smaller charts. So right here, you'll see the three chart layout setup, and it's the third one from the left. So it'll be one vertical, two horizontal. And when you open it, you have to add the indicators that you want, double click in the empty space, and then that will allow the indicators to be maximized. And then you just sync all of the charts. That way, when you're looking at it, you can see where you are. Isn't it dangerous sign 1 hour bearish div stochastic down RSI crossing 50? Not necessarily, not yet. Okay. It is a bearish sign, don't get me wrong, but it's not dire. Okay, especially with some of the smaller time frames starting to get oversold bounces. Okay. So what we're looking for on the 1 hour, like I said, anywhere between like the 45 to 55 is considered the 50 for me personally. But we have so much horizontal support that we can possibly bounce off of right here. We have a lot of room to come down and find support. And you guys might not see it, but we're actually bullishly diverging as well. We're getting higher lows on Bitcoin, but we are getting lower lows on the RSI. So that is that's a hidden, bullishly diverging RSI. Hey, what's going on, Harleys? How you doing, man? How do you sync it? It's just up here in the top right. You click all of these buttons: symbol, crosshair, interval, time, drawings. And let's see, Kite, can you show me? Okay, we got that one. Okay, got that one. You first set on fans on the daily, but what time frame are you using this second set of Gann fans? So it's just about ease of use. It's easier to set the Gann fans on the smaller time frames that are related to the smaller time frames. And then macros, obviously, it's better to do that on the daily or 3-day, sometimes even the weekly. So it's all dependent on what you need. For me, 4 hour to 2 hour for the medium patterns, those are perfect. One final question: the gaps left on the CME charts, they do get filled. Should we be worried? Me personally, no. Sometimes on the CME, they will get filled, but on other exchanges, it will not reflect. So sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. You can't really count on them always being filled on the Bybit, because there's been many times on stream where I'm like, oh, we got a CME gap, we got to worry about that. And someone goes, what are you talking about? It's already been filled. And I look at the CMEs, yes, Bybit, no. So it's not something that I personally worry myself with. I just look at charts, okay? Like I said, I watch Crypto Zombie from time to time. I'll watch Crown Crypto from time to time. But for the most part, I am strictly looking at my charts only. I don't look at Bitcoin articles. I don't look at other people's charts on TradingView. You just want to have a clear set of plans, follow through with them. If they don't work, fix them. If they do work, stick to them. Don't let anybody else disrupt what you think on your charts. Even if it's me, If you think we're going down to, 8,500, find the best trade you can for it, enter it, let it ride. Don't let me influence. I will give my opinions. I'll show you guys how I play. But I really, guys, want you to understand that I want you to make the best decision for you. Can we go down to 9,100 or lower, but not break? Yes, we definitely could do that. We could come back below the macro resistance here, which is kind of acting as support right now. And we could get a bounce off the 8-to-1 Gann fan around in this region, around towards 90.50. But if it does break that, I have my stop right below it. Well, we are bullishly diverging right now, guys. On the 1 hour at least. Let's look at the 2 hour. 2 hour as well. We are getting higher lows but lower lows on the RSI. That's a really good sign. That's a really good sign. Only in a bull market. See, this is a tough point in time because it's not bullish enough to cause retail FOMO, but it's bullish enough for like people like me and you to go, this is really good. So we have to wait for FOMO to kick in for it to really just ignore everything. Because when you're in a bull market, bearish divergences and stuff like that get ignored all the time. So hopefully we get to a point very, very soon. Almost after, I would say around like $10,000. That would definitely start kicking in. Crazy Head doing absolutely fantastic, man. Mandy, hoping you're having a good day as well. That's awesome, Half-Life. As long as you're doing it smartly and effectively, you're doing a great job, man. I don't know how we got to this song, but I'm vibing with it. I hate that word so much. Those are the vibes. You guys are going to love the stream ending screen today. I fixed the times, so the times are right now. I added a little bit of flair to it. I think I'm going to play a different song this time. I'm not going to play the outro. I got one that kind of better suits this, the comment I attached to it. You bet the farm? Absolutely not, man. No, we do not bet the farm, even in a FOMO market. Because think about it. Okay. Let's say we go up 750%. And you can use an average of 10x on all of your swing trades. Okay. It might not be always 10x, but an average of 10x. So therefore, okay. Let's see. 5%. So we have to do some math here. So 10x, 750%. That's 7,500%. Divided by, well, is that divided by? That would be... Trying to do math here, but it's not happening. But even in a bull market, if you are doing things correctly and you're not betting the farm, you will still come out with a ludicrous amount of money. The exponential growth off of your trades from trade in a bull market is absolutely ridiculous. Where would you add funds out from here? I would take a DCA here. I would take a DCA above 11,300, and I would take a DCA above $14,000. Me personally, I don't have like a day job, so all of my dollar cost averaging is just done through macro trading, back and forth, and that's how I dollar cost average. Oh, I knew how to do that math. Okay, so there's no real way to do this simply because it is exponential. I don't know what the formula for an exponential growth calculation is. But let's say on an average trade, you use 5% and you use 10x leverage. Okay, so if we gain 750% in this next bull market and go up to 60 to 70K, you are making an average of 7,500% on 5% of your portfolio. So then that is 75x. So you times 75%, 75x by 5% of your portfolio. So now you just made 375% on your portfolio. Now, obviously, you do have to take into account over time, 5% of your portfolio gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So that number is absolutely ludicrous. If you have a $10,000 portfolio, I'm not selling the pipe dreams, but you can take a guess. I did that over here. Now, granted, it was not 5%, because risk management was not on the top of my list for things. But I made a ludicrous amount of money and learned how to manage it, and now we're sitting pretty. And I'm looking to do the same exact thing, and hopefully, I don't know what I'm going to do with all that. I know I'm going to go on an ayahuasca retreat with my stepdad for about 10 grand, because I've been looking at them, but I want to make sure that if we do it right, because I talked to a really good friend, and he was very adamant. You know, strong-willed, strong opinion, but it all came from love. And he was like, hey, man, if you're going to do it right. And there's definitely cheaper ones, like $2,000. But I want to make sure that we get full accommodations. And I don't know when we're going to do that, but hopefully in like the next 5 years. CryptoFace. I don't know what you're saying damn bro to. Is it the ayahuasca trip? Or is it the exponential growth? I did microdosing for quite a bit, about 2 months, but like anything, you don't want to do it too much. So I have not done that for many, many months. Press window keys plus R, type in calc. Windows calc? Why did you make that so difficult? You can just go to the start button and type in calculator. I was expecting some like mathematical formula thing that I can input numbers into would pop up, which I guess that is a calculator. JC, what's going on, man? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, my stepdad, he is kind of familiar with DMT. Because you guys, if you don't know, DMT, I hate how our live streams always turn into DMT talks, but DMT can be naturally released to the lungs. And if you guys have heard of psychedelic breathing, that's all that is. And my stepdad, he was a Navy guy for for about 20 years. Okay. And he was on submarines for about 6 months at a time. And he would do psychedelic breathing. So he has some sort of familiarity with it. But definitely ayahuasca is going to be much more of a blast for him. Bitbird, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, Wim Hof, man. I love his stuff. Yep, that's just a part of the experience, CryptoFace. That's just a part of the experience. Now, sometimes people don't throw up. It's not always something that happens, but it's just a very common thing that happens. And there's different ways to take it, guys. You don't have to drink the soup, the magical soup. They have like just pills, and they do the same exact thing. It's just, you have to do it like it's from nature, my bro. And I don't subscribe to those ideas. I feel like the medicine is what is supposed to be important, not the way you take it. But it would be absolutely fantastic. If you're paying 10K, you're vomiting. No. It's either that or I buy him a hot tub. And I feel like an ayahuasca trip is a lot more worth than a hot tub. I was with Wim Hof last year, changed my life, find him, seek him, and his icy wisdom out ASAP. Dude, that's so cool. Like, I've always watched the documentaries on him and, like, always seen people do that. But that's awesome, man, that you actually went and you did it. That's amazing. Yeah, one of the people I teach in the one-on-ones, he is like a professional psychedelic breathing teacher. And he's told me, he was like, hey, man, I've done everything. DMT, ayahuasca, I've done mushrooms, LSD. Nothing compares to psychedelic breathing. And I was like, okay, well. And then that night I was in my bed going, you'll be surprised how many great traders are psychedelic astronauts. Zoltan, what's going on, buddy? Oh man, dude. I'll tell you what though, acid shits are not something to be they are something. Yeah, smoked DMT is much more insane than ayahuasca. Ayahuasca, it's kind of scary in a different way because you could be here and you could be like, wow, look at that tree. And then boom, you get sent to another side of the universe. You got some gigantic being talking to you. While DMT, it's like, okay, I'm in my bed. I take a puff of this and then you get thrown through a tunnel with light speed. And then you see a whole bunch of shit that you don't even know what it is. And then you come back. But it's just one trip there, one trip back. But when you die, it's just one trip there. So, unfortunately. Wait, what's the first part of your sentence, Crypto Half-Life? That's why we see patterns and candles? Because the reason why I believe that a lot of traders that are successful have taken some sort of psychedelic, whether it's a small amount or whether you go balls to the wall with DMT or ayahuasca. It teaches you how to control your emotions. Sometimes it's taught through bad trips, but for me, there's no such thing as a bad trip. There is a very difficult trip, but it is something that will teach you how to better control yourself in stressful situations. And like I say many, many times, guys, trading is not the difficult part. Reading your indicators, setting up your supports and resistances, getting into good trades, that is not the hard part. It's controlling your greed and your emotions while you're in a trade. That's what gets people into trouble. Getting too greedy and not taking your profit, or not being greedy enough and you don't let your profits ride to their fullest potential. There's many ways where you can cap yourself unintentionally because your emotions are what is controlling what you're doing. That's why I have a clear formula of what leverage I'm going to use dependent on my stop loss. So that way I have a clear set of rules. I'm not going based off of emotion and confidence. So that way, if I do hit a good trade, awesome. If I hit a bad trade, oh, that sucks. But it's not based off of my confidence on how much I use, how much leverage I use. That's not trading, that's gambling. That's awesome, Bitbird. Now, although I talk highly of these substances on stream, I feel like they have benefited my life and shown me a lot of things to enhance how fast I'm learning. There is some that, like DMT specifically, that are very overwhelming. When I tell you it is the most terrifying experience you will ever have in your life, that's what changes people. It's not the beautiful side of DMT. It's like, oh my God, I thought I died. I'm going to live better now. That's exactly what DMT is. It's essentially the tallest roller coaster in an amusement park, and your friends convince you to get on it, but you're scared to death. So you get on it despite your better judgment, and then you have a blast. It's awesome, but scary at the same time. And then when you get off and you're sitting down and you're like, whoa, man, that was crazy. Your friend's like, you want to do it again? And you're like, no. No, I do not. Thank you very much. That's exactly what it is. And Fearless, it's not hours. It's much more than that. Yuri, what's going on, man? Yuri is my old boss's husband, so I'm sure somehow this will get back to Steph, but too bad ayahuasca is not legal in the US. I think that's a good thing. Like I said, no matter how much these things can benefit people and help them achieve better versions of themselves, they are dangerous. Not because they're addictive, not because they will kill you. That is not the reason. It's because if you don't know what you're doing, and you don't have someone there that understands what you're getting yourself into, and you just go off and you do it by yourself, you can end up with a very bad experience. You can go down a very dark path. Do not do it unless you have tremendous research backing it up. Understand experiences from other people. Read a lot about it. You have to do this smartly if it is something that you're ever going to try. I love recommending it to people, but I know it's not for everybody. You think you know someone and then boom, DMT. Yeah, man. It changed me for the better. It really kicked my ass into gear, showed me things that were important, and showed me things I was focusing on that was holding me back. So I do dedicate a lot of time to it because it is one of the things that definitely helped me, but I understand that it's not for everybody. There's plenty of other ways to get your shit together besides doing drugs, guys. And I know that's like a not really a sentence you would equate to each other, but it's the truth. 1 hour is below the 50 RSI line. Does that confirm that we didn't get a bounce on the 1 hour? Only a few minutes left? Not necessarily. When I look for a bounce, I look for it on the 2 hour. 2 hour definitely is much more significant than the 1 hour. And on the 1 hour, we are still bullishly diverging as of right now. You can see that we're getting lower lows on the RSI, but we are getting higher lows on Bitcoin. So, fantastic. I was very surprised when my stepdad was like, hey, you ever heard of DMT or ayahuasca? And I was like, have I? And he was like, okay, that was a little bit too much. And then he was like, yeah, I think I want to try it. And I started telling him about all my experiences, how much it's helped me. And he was like, now I really want to try it. I was like, that's what's up. So do Gann fans work for scalping on a day/swing trades? Absolutely. Now, if you go down too low of a time frame, they kind of lose their strength. So I would focus on either macros, which you can draw on the daily time frames, or do it on like a 2 hour and go based off of medium patterns. So Yuri, I just put out a video just a couple minutes ago on how to draw the Gann fans. So if you want to learn how to set those up properly, just go watch that video. Boom, you can draw some Gann fans. Like I said in the video, it's all about establishing what your most important supports and resistances are, and then following through with good risk-reward trades as time goes along. I did not go to college. It just wasn't for me. I hated school. I absolutely was abysmal at school. I mean, I got, B's, but I didn't put any effort in. I would not do my homework. I would do class projects, but half-ass. But I was always looking for something else. I was always interested in something else that school did not teach. And it definitely benefited me, but it also kind of hurt me in a way because obviously you have stress of your parents saying, hey, you're not doing well in school. You're going to be a failure. And like I said, last night I had to talk with my mom, like a real talk. And I knew that there was a point in time where she didn't know what I was going to be doing. She knew I wasn't going to college. She knew that I was working at a minimum wage job for like the last year and a half. But I wanted to make sure before I told her how much money I've made from crypto, that it was going to be sustainable for a long period of time. So I put my nose to the grindstone. I learned how to trade, made sure that I learned good risk management, made my portfolio like 3x in a couple months. Now that was definitely not good risk management, but it was just something that I got lucky on. Fortunately, after that, I learned good risk management, so I can't lose that as easy. So as soon as I knew everything was going to be fine and dandy for pretty much the rest of my life, then I came clean to her. I told her how much I make. I told her, all this stuff. And I said, hey, there was a point in my life where you could have been gone. I could have lost you. Never would you still would have been here, but you wouldn't have been my mom. Because she kind of had a mental crack because she has a sleeping disorder and she doesn't sleep for like 7 days at a time. And I wanted to reiterate to her that I knew that she probably thought I was going to go nowhere. But I wanted to make sure that I was something and I could be something for the rest of my life. And if she would have, not been there when I got to this point, that would have killed me. I probably wouldn't even be here on stream right now. But I'm glad that I can make her proud, and I will continue to do that. It's just one of those things that keep me going. That's awesome, Bitbird. Yeah, man. Like I said, you don't need substances to get your shit under control. Like I said, psychedelic breathing, you have it in your body. You just kind of have to learn how to access it. And it does take time. It does take practice like everything else. But, oh man, once you start seeing those lights and colors pop out from under your eyelids, you're like, okay, okay, I can do this. And then you keep going. And then you just kind of are surprised. Thank you, ACR. I appreciate that, man. And thank you very Bass and Bounce. Bass and Bruce? Bass and Bruce. I don't know which way I want to say it, but thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. We're not going to watch it on stream again, but this is going to be like the last thing I say about DMT unless someone asks me a specific question. If you want to like see a visual representation of what it's like, we've watched it on stream before, but go on YouTube, look up Doctor Strange, soul pushed out of body, where he like flies through the universe and he's screaming at the top of his lungs. That's what it's like. Now there are stops along the way where you kind of like talk to people and learn stuff, but here's what it is. You're right, Mandy. Thank you very much. AKA hyperventilating. I wouldn't equate it to hyperventilating. Hyperventilating is you're intaking more the way this doesn't kill you is because you're intaking more oxygen than CO2. Hyperventilating, you're not breathing out correctly, so you get a whole bunch of CO2 trapped in your lungs, and that's what kills you or causes you to pass out. Psychedelic breathing, you're very, methodically and manually breathing in, breathing out all of the CO2 back in, breathe out all the CO2 back in. So it's not unhealthy. It's not dangerous. It's just a wild ride. It really is. But it's always good to have somebody there because you might fall asleep. One third of my portfolio is in my trade thanks to DCA. BTC should go 1/3 of your portfolio. I mean, that's high risk, high reward, but that's not something I would be in. The most I've ever gone to on a singular trade was, I think, 10%. But the second I can get that first 5% into profit, a decent amount of profit, I get that the hell out of there. Because I do not want that kind of risk reward. I like to keep it, a little bit of both, a little bit of balance. Anonymous user, what's going on, man? Tom, I'm doing absolutely fantastic, man. How you doing about yourself? How are you doing about yourself? How are you doing yourself? God dang, man. I might be halfway decent at trading, but I cannot speak sometimes. I'm so glad that you guys kind of bear with me when I say stuff like that. God, Fish is being such a good boy. So why wasn't 9,200 the point to get into a trade if we broke before? So you guys know I took my long at 9,260. Price action was just moving way too damn fast, to be honest, in order to get a really good entry. Obviously, my stop loss was at 9,250. But yes, that is a good point to take a DCA. But I already have a decent amount of position in it. So if I do take another DCA, I really need to bring my average position down even lower. So for me personally, I would not like to take a DCA around this region. I'd rather take it at 90.50 and then have my stop loss below the 8-to-1 Gann fan. Fair enough. Yeah, if you guys have like smaller portfolios, I understand that you want to make more money. So all you have to do is take that 20% divided by chart stop loss equals leverage, you know, times 5% or 2% of your portfolio. You can change that 20% to maybe 30% and then change the 5% to 10% of your portfolio. As long as that formula is consistent, your risk to rewards will be consistent as well. You just have to get the ball rolling. But for me personally, 20% and then 5%, 2% is my comfortable zone. I make enough money from that where it's awesome, but it's not too high risk. Six X leverage, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's see, what song do I want to put on? I don't really listen to this album. It's a little bit different from the type of music I like from him. But this song right here, Patient, is a pretty good one. Where's this formula? Sorry. No, absolutely fine. Whatever questions you have, you can ask them a billion times. It just helps the streams. But I'll type it in chat for you. Oh no, not 205. Okay, hold on. Can I edit this? I can't. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna remove it. There you go. Thank you very much, Rob. I do appreciate that, buddy. So like I said, we are bullishly diverging as of right now. We have been getting higher lows on Bitcoin, but we have been getting lower lows on the RSI. That is a hidden bullishly diverging RSI, and that means continuation. So between the second and third bounce is where you want to start taking DCA longs. Now there could be a fourth bounce, but that's absolutely fine. The fourth bounce could be down here. Where's the damn candy? I don't sell candy anymore. I'm sorry, LG. So you might be asking yourself about the formula, why it's set up the way it is. Let me go ahead and turn off the music, because when the music's playing, I can't really focus. But let's say you are confident right here, and you take a trade that doesn't work out. You're going to use more leverage, more position size because you're confident. Let's say you lose that trade, and the next trade, you use less leverage, less position size because you're unconfident. That is emotional trading. You need to have a very strict way of how you're going to structure your trades. So, in order to make sure that a risk to reward, and by that I mean this right here. So let's say our stop loss is 2%. Let's say this is where we took our profit, and yes, we did. That means I have a 7.45 risk to reward ratio. So that means I made 7.45 times more than I would have lost. So in order to make sure that this is consistent from trade to trade, we need to make sure that the amount that you lose is the same. So the way we supplement that is with leverage. So right here, our stop loss is 2%. Okay. Okay, 2%. Let's go to a calculator. So let's say we have, 20% divided by 2% equals 10x leverage. So 10x leverage times, let's just give it $90 as 5% of our portfolio. So that means our contract size is going to be $90 and our leverage is going to be 10x. So that means on this trade right here, since I made a 7.49, I made, let's see. So we'll do, what is 20% of 90? It's 18 bucks. So since we made a 7.49, all we got to do is times that. So we made $134 on this trade. So now if I add back the original margin, all right, now we have $224. So I'm going to show you how hard it will be in order to reset that trade. We have to lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have to lose 8 trades in a row in order to go back into the loss. So that's why risk reward ratios are so amazing, because every time you make a good trade, it sets you up for future losses, and it gets exponentially harder in order to reset everything. Obviously, as time goes on, 5% of your portfolio will grow, but that's just a little small variable that could constantly change it. So you're starting with $90 and all of a sudden one day you're using 180 bucks. That could kind of adjust how fast you could get back into a loss. But as long as you don't let emotions control what you use and how much leverage you use, that will always stay consistent. Can you show me what a hidden bearish div on the RSI? Just know for the future. So a hidden bearish divergence would be like what we put right here. We're getting higher highs on Bitcoin, but we're getting lower highs on the RSI. That is a bearishly diverging RSI. Now, right here on the 30-minute, this is a good example of another bullishly diverging RSI. Now, this is a standard. This is a reversal divergence. This is not a continuation divergence. But right here, you can see that we're getting lower lows on Bitcoin, but we're getting higher lows on the RSI. So that is a reversal divergence, while the one that we're currently getting is just a continuation divergence. That was amazing, though I feel more confused. That's awesome, man. That means it's something that's new to you, and that means it's something that could really help you. Yes, we just broke through a macro resistance. It would be a great time to buy some Bitcoin. Obviously, I would set up some stop limit sells around 9,000 to 9,850, not 9,850, 8,950. Because if we do go back into this pattern, it will look like a failed breakout, and that would not be not be good. Not be good. Yes, I will eventually in the future. I'm a very busy guy. Besides the live streams, I know that it looks like it sounds like I just play video games all day, but I'm definitely busy. But once I got some time, I'll definitely put some more effort into it so I can explain it a little bit better. Peter JP, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man? Retro House Invasion, what's going on, man? We have come back down and we have found support off of the macro resistance, and we are bullishly diverging on our RSI. You can see that we have been getting higher highs, higher lows on Bitcoin, but we have been getting lower lows on the RSI, meaning that we are losing strength in the market, but we're getting higher highs. So that means it's a continuation. It allows us to reset our indicators while still moving upwards to pump. Hey, fish, get back up here. Come here. Back up here. Come on. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. Question. Oh, wait. So, okay. If you use that formula when you DCA, then you will exceed it, the 5%. Yes, unless you plan on it. If you plan on DCAs, you can do 1.5% here, 1.5% there, and then the last 2%. Now, like I said, there has been times where I've exceeded that 5%, but the second that I can get it back down to 5%, I do that. And there's always a point of failure in a trade. Only DCA within the patterns. Otherwise, you're putting yourself at risk. Okay, fishy. Fishy. Lay down, buddy. Ben, you are being so good. Lay down. Good boy. Good boy. Do you want your elephant up there? Would that be a bearish divergence on the 8-hour on MCB? Yes, we have been getting bearishly diverging market cipher B waves, but most of them have been ending. Oh wait, 30-minute has a hidden bullish divergence on it. A massive one. Look guys. What was I telling you? Higher lows, lower lows. Thumbs up for bull markets. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome sauce. I do have a DCA at 90.50. My stop loss is about $9,000. So right about here. I could put it a little bit lower, but it's already kind of shitty if it does get hit. Thomas, what's going on, man? How you doing, buddy? Yes, I am most definitely long. Like I said, guys, I trade in a very particular style. If we hit a macro resistance, I take a short off of it. Sometimes it works out beautifully. Sometimes, like right here, we pump right through it. But then once we're above it, I can take a macro long. I can set my stop loss in the next safest place. Just roll with it. You take good risk to reward trades. The ones that work will cover your losses. So yes, we have lost 2 trades in a row. But from this trade right here, my average entry was 90.60. Okay. And we went ahead and let's go ahead and do this. Our stop loss was about 93.50. So on this one, we made a 2.89. On this one right here, our 8-to-1 Gann fan was about like right here. So when I got stopped out on my short right here, I went into a long. So right here, we took a long. We set our stop loss up below our 8-to-1 Gann fan. We took our profits at the 1.618. So we made a 6.15. So already we have about a 9. So I've only lost 2 trades in a row since that last one. So I still have 7 trades until these 2 trades get reset. Now, the way this one's set up, if I do lose this one, I'll actually lose 10% more. So it's not going to be that great. But back here, I hit this trade right here. I hit this trade right here. So we're already ahead like 30 trades. So I can take some risks. Thomas, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for being you. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I tried. I need to get good at tricks again, so that way when it's just we're waiting for price action, I can just do vape tricks back and forth. I could wow you guys with the way I blow my O's. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What time frame is that money flow you're watching back there? That would be the 30-minute at the moment. Yeah, we saw that, the hash ribbon indicator. Yeah, you're the one that told us in chat. Like I said, for like really macro trades and DCAs, the hash ribbon does look like a fantastic indicator. But from day-to-day trading, it's not going to be that effective. But it is a great indicator for long term. Davis Hudson, what's going on, man? Yeah, we've been bullishly diverging for 4 bounces so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. And like the longer you do that, the more explosive the movement to one side would be. A good example of that would be the 2018 bear market. Am I on Bitstamp here? Let's turn it to Bitstamp. Why is this going so slow? Come on, Trading View. Let's do it. When do you buy BTC long-term in this market? Whenever we hit a macro bottom. Like right now, if we do drop straight down, our macro bottom would be at about 4,800. Now, we wouldn't want to see it go below 6,000 technically, but if such things did happen, 4,800 would be a good buy zone. God, what is happening? Bitstamp or Trading View? Okay. Come on, man. What is going on? Is it my internet? Is the stream lagging? Hello? So right here, we had, let's see, 1, 2, 3 taps off of the same horizontal resistance before we got put into the bear market. Now, obviously, I'm looking at a daily time frame to show you this concept. Obviously, we were looking at a 30-minute chart. But you get the point. The longer you're doing this, the more explosive the move to the... Actually, we had 1. Let's go all the way down to the bottom here. Okay, starting here, let's draw that horizontal line. So click, Draw the horizontal line. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So typically it never gets past 5. So in a bull market, a good tip is look for 4 to 5 bounces off the same horizontal on maybe your daily, 3-day, or weekly. And around the 4 to 5 mark is where you really want to start cashing out most of your profits. 100%. Right here, we had 1, 2, 3. Boom. We get put into a downtrend. Since it was only 3, it's not as strong as the previous bear market. So in this one, that's the same thing we're trying to do. Now, this one's unfortunate. We do have 1, 2, 3 bounces right here. So that could be what causes us to pull back. But we have not officially got a bounce out of the overbought territory, which is a good thing. We also have a parabolic support line on the RSI as well. We have one right here and one right here. So we can follow either one of those. I had a joke, it's too soon. Whatever it was relating to, I hope it's not the thing I'm thinking of. God dang, TradingView is acting up. But so far, we've gotten 1, 2, 3. Well, we should get a third sometime around here. So if it goes to a 4th or a 5th, that just means you really need to start stacking your DCAs around that region. And then we should get a bounce to the upside. So if that does happen to go to a 4th or a 5th bounce, it would probably be somewhere around 8,700 where it actually does come back down, find support. So if that does happen, let's say we get down to 8,700, 8,772. I would probably take a long here, put my stop loss below the 0.5. I could hit that with almost a 15x leverage. And if that thing actually does bounce all the way back up to 10K, that is, let's see, 175% almost right off of that trade. Is that right? Yes. Yeah, I was just saying, if such things did happen, those will be the lower numbers. I'm not saying that is going to be something that we see. As of right now, no. But if we do dump back below this and then break out back to the downside, that stuff is open. You got to kind of just plan on those things. Yeah, no, the reason why we were bearishly diverging right here, see, this is the problem. This is why it's called hidden bullish divergence. Most people don't see it. So right here, we got a lower low on the RSI, but we got a higher low on Bitcoin. So that's why it bounced. So we're doing the same exact thing right here. So this is why we should find support soon and see it put up another leg, you know, anywhere between 9,600 to 9,800. We're literally sitting at 99 viewers. Just please, someone get their grandmother to come in here. Watch me live stream. I need the 100 for my ego. I'm just kidding, guys. Is it your local internet? I don't know. Let's do a is it fast.com or is it speed test? Oh, I just put my IP all over the internet. Well, time to change that. Let me go ahead and get... God, I should have thought about this shit beforehand. Please don't find me and kill me, guys. I don't deserve it. Please. Don't you put more into a winning trade? No. You let the winners run, you let the losers get cut. But if you already have a good trade, don't mess it up. Internet's good. Why would anybody DDoS me? I am the most supple looking white kid you can find, okay? And I have done no wrong. Please. Please no DDoS. No, the upload's fine. If you're streaming anything around 10 megabits per second, in all honesty, this stream right here, I don't think it's, I think it's like 7,500 kilobits. So just a little bit under. Oh, look at the face. You guys want to see an even cuter face? Hello, my name is Fish. He was sleeping. He was being a good boy. He's looking at me like, dude, why did you even bother me? Do we have other indicators if it's high probable for a bounce? Yeah, like I said, look at the 30-minute. 30-minute has been bullishly diverging this entire time. We have been getting lower momentum, meaning the downside momentum is getting maxed out as we go further up. So that means more continuation. We have lower lows on momentum, but higher lows on Bitcoin. That is a hidden bullish divergence right there. 300 Rivers, what's going on, man? Good evening. After you have set your Gann fan, do you keep it on log? Yes, keep it on log. No matter what the time frame, no matter what kind of pattern you're looking at, it can't hurt you. No, the time frames are not relevant. The price points are relevant, and your supports and resistances don't change with time frame. I would be looking at. That's why I say pick 4 different time frames within a factor of 2. Okay, so for me, it's 2 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute. Fishy, fishy. Now I'll take you out in a second. Let me explain this real quick. So whenever I'm looking for a potential top or a potential bottom, those are my time frames. So I'll go down to the 15 minute and start looking for oversold or overbought bounces. And I'm not necessarily exiting the second we get an oversold or overbought bounce because I need to see a bearishly or bullishly diverging RSI rather than just one singular bounce. So once I see that, that tells me that we're very, very close to either a bottom or a top. So on our 15 minute, we have gotten that oversold bounce. Now I need to start seeing it bullishly diverge. That can either be done with flatline price action or getting lower lows but higher lows on the RSI. And if it's flatline, that is called exaggerated bearish or bullish divergence. And give me a couple minutes. I'm going to go take Fish out real quick, get myself a drink, and then I'll be right back. Thank you very much, guys. Be right back. Hello, I am back. That does not look like the Herman Miller chair. So I've held off on the Herman Miller chair and I bought a vacuum instead. So it's kind of just like a, give and take. Because I messed up and I bought 2 vacuums, but it was a happy accident because my sister was having a baby shower. And that's a wonderful gift because I'm sure there's going to be many, many messes that she needs a vacuum for. Fish bait. I want to get a Pomeranian and have Pomeranian puppies with fish. Not me have Pomeranian puppies with fish, but the Pomeranian fish. Oh, I did not see that. I think they just added this. Create a highlight video? Okay, I'll utilize that much, much more. I think they're called Pama Pugs. Sean, thank you very much, man. I try to choose music that really does relate to me, as everybody else always does. It has to mean something. And Ryan Creveiller in particular, like the tenacity he has and the disregard for people that say he can't do things is something that I strive to be. So I love it. Like tonight, I'll have a song by him being played whenever we go ahead and end the stream. It's gonna be good. Will Lowry as well. Love him as well. I'm watching my dog, if that counts as the 100th. Thank you very much, man. I think it does. The day that YouTube can detect how many people are watching one computer screen and then count that as multiple views is the day that I quit, because that's too far. Don't you like Coke Zero? Would be good for you. Man, I understand. I vape and I drink Pepsi and Coke. I know, man. You don't have to tell me twice. Aren't you worried about the 4th RSI div? No, I have a DCA plan down in that region where that could happen, and go from there. Now that 4th divergence could be an up and then a back down. That could be a thing. Mountain Dew Maui Blast. I have not had that. I have to go. Have a friend that is coming around to get some help to set account, buy up some crypto. Awesome. Glad you're helping your friends out. That's something that I'm good at. Hodl, not so much of the trading. Thank you again for your great work. Thank you very much for sticking around, Mandy. I appreciate you very much. What kind of resistance are we at with the $9,270 mark? Nothing much. So you can see that we got rejected at the 1.272. And now we're falling back down and retesting previous resistance and trying to confirm it as support. Hopefully, we do get that nice bounce and we can continue on up. Do you do a trading Telegram group? And if yes, how much is it, fella? So I do have that, but before I tell you to get into it, I want to explain how I structure it. So the purpose of the Telegram group is not for you to follow my trades to a T. I tell you guys what I'm seeing and what types of trades I will be making. Obviously, I'll follow that up with, oh, okay, I did make that trade, or I'm looking to make that trade once we hit this point. But I want to give you clear examples of why I did it. So that way, you can be in the Telegram group for a couple months, learn what you need to learn through examples, and then get out. I would love to see you there forever, but I'm not trying to steal your money. So if you do want to join that, it's in the bottom of the description. It's the first link, I believe, Patreon. It's $50 a month. Now, if you are going to get into it, please wait until the 2nd of February. Okay, the reason why, I do offer one-on-ones as well. And in order to accept them through Patreon, for people that don't want to pay in crypto, I had to make it so that when you buy a Patreon, it will automatically charge your card, and it will also charge your card on the 1st of the month. Now, they couldn't let me do it separately, but if you buy the one-on-ones, you get lifetime Telegram and lifetime Discord. Okay? So you buy that, and then you just take it off. Don't renew the subscription. Okay, the Telegram group, you only get the Telegram group, and it is a monthly payment. Okay. With the divergences on the RSI, do you know when it can bounce? Anywhere as long as we touch this line. So we're looking for it to come down to this line, turn around, and we can already see it starting to curve. So it doesn't necessarily have to go directly on the line. But what could happen over time, okay, we could still bullishly diverge, but at the same time be bearishly diverging as well. And then once we get up towards the top, we go ahead, we tap out, we use that bearish divergence to come back down, put ourselves in a little bit of a pattern. Once we see a bounce off the 50 towards the end of that pattern, that could be the indication that we're going to break above 10,100. T-Joy, what's going on, man? How you doing, buddy? Maybe they'll talk about me on the internet. They never care, only care when they benefit. Let's see. This song from Whit Lowry, it feels like it was literally directed towards me. I love it so much. There's a line about like, remember working back as a cashier, simpler times? Yeah, they were. They were definitely more simple times. Pay wasn't great, but they were simple. Do you use DCA on the way up once the trend is obvious? No, you get your DCAs in before. You don't want to average up. You always want to average down. If you're going into a long, you always want to average up, not down if you're going into a short. So I take 1/4 of my profits at the 1.272, 1/4 of my profits at the 1.414, and then all of my profits at the 1.618. That's how I play my trades. I gotta face the Coke label towards the screen so I get a sponsorship. See, C-Joy, the thing with trading, it's not about how can you make more money. It's how can I make sure that I don't lose money. If you can follow that, the money will come. Don't run. What's going on, man? What up? What up? Joe Fabiano. What's going on, man? Fishy, don't cry. I can guarantee you he's looking at the hickory farms I have sitting on this little table, and he can't get to it, so he's crying. That's exactly what's happening. All right, get up here. You want to sit in my lap and get hair all over my legs? Get up here. Come on up here. Sit. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Sometimes he gets laid down on the first try, but sometimes it takes forever. Good boy. Stay. Fish knows sit, lay down, and stay. He's actually pretty dang good at stay. Because I was on like a really good like dog training kick, even back before I had Fish. And stay was like one of the most easiest things to train a dog to do. When you do the one-on-ones, do you illustrate risk-reward setups scenarios? Yes, all the time. I give clear examples through past price action, current price action. And a lot of people ask me, how do I structure them? Is it like an actual syllabus that I go through? No, each one-on-one is catered towards your needs and your current level of trading. The first session, I pretty much throw everything I know at you. I don't expect you to remember any of it. I just want to get you introduced to the vocabulary and some of the things we'll be talking about in greater detail from there on out. So a lot of people like thrown off when we get into a session. We go over introductions. I learn about you so I can better teach you. And then from there, I just start going off. You know, psychology, trading tips, you know, simple trade setups, you know, stuff like that. And then from there, you'll be like, okay, I understood all the basic stuff you were talking about in the first session, but there's some things that I still need covered, and then we'll go over those. Fish, come over here. All right, he wants up in my lap because he's a needy little dog. No. Right, Czar? Have a good night, buddy. I appreciate it. Let's see. BTC goes past 10K. I would say buy at 10,150. That would be a good point to buy in some more if you do want to do that. So if I had... So if you had 0.5 BTC, what? I don't get the question. Third time, kind of resistance. I don't see if I missed the first part of that. Fishy. If you want to be in my lap, you gotta calm down. Be good dog. Be good dog. Okay, you want the ball? You want the ball? Alright, so Fish has this ball right here. Okay? And he's trying to get it. He has this ball right here. I'm going to give it to him. But this is the loudest ball I could have possibly bought for Fish. So he's probably going to go ballistic with it. So I am sorry, guys, if it constantly makes noise. But I want to keep him busy, and this ball does keep him busy. So here you go, Fish. What would be 0.0005 times 5 as max trading size? So 0.005, that is what? I can't do the simple math. I'm just not up for it right now. BTC to USD. Okay, so if you actually have 0.005, all right, if you're actually abiding by risk management rules, you're going to make almost nothing. Now, that being said, if you're able to add position to it as time goes along, you could definitely do a lot better. But you would have $46 almost at this current point in time. So $46, 5% of $46 is $2.30. So if you make 100% on a trade, you're only gonna make $2. But if that's all you got, that's awesome. Build the good habits while you can, because the lower the amount that you start with, the better, because that means your tuition costs are going to be lower. You have more time to get better, and you don't have the ability to lose lots of money. So you might say, "Oh, I'm only starting with $46. I'm not going to be able to make anything." Well, look at the bright side. If you started with $10,000 and you don't know what you're doing, you could lose a ton of money before you actually get good. But in this case, if you do lose a ton of money, it's only a couple bucks. Okay, so I see now. Okay, so 0.5 BTC. So same thing applies. I hope that did apply to somebody. But 0.5 BTC, same thing goes. Let's go ahead and do that. So 0.5, that'll be about $4,600. So we'll go back to a calculator. $4,600 times 0.05. That'd be about 230 bucks. So if you make a 5 risk to reward ratio and you're using 20%, you would make 100% on that trade. You make $230. That's a pretty good size to start with, in terms of if you want to actually make money with it. But like I said, if you guys are starting with a lower amount, like a couple $100, that is a blessing in disguise. Marco, have a great night, buddy. I appreciate you being here. Andre, no problem, man. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. What did you mean add as you go along? In terms of what? Are you talking about the trade that I'm currently in? I was saying on a macro scale. I'm talking about turn cash into Bitcoin. I'm not talking about DCAing your longs or shorts. Now, if you are talking about just actual dollar cost averaging, yes, you could do that. But make sure that it doesn't really affect you if the price does go back down, because you can always sell that. Fish, that ball is loud as hell, man. Come on, buddy. Go bring it on the bed. Go bring it on the couch. Go do something, man. Go do something. Oh no, don't tell me. I forgot what the... So I have this old Galaxy S8 Plus, and I forgot what my password was. Like, you know how you can set a password so when you turn on the device, it won't go to the actual home screen? Well, it won't turn on the device until you put in the password. I usually use, a couple different passwords, but for this one in particular, I thought it was a good idea. And I've had this on a shelf for a couple months. And I forgot... I forgot what it is. I'll have to look up to see if there's a way I can get past that, because that sucks if I just bricked this device. Kobe died again? What? Go to bed, Bitbird. If the trade works, the trade works. No, I don't have any wallets on it. No, I completely wiped the phone. I just had it on the shelf, and I just haven't used it. But it's a Galaxy 8 S8 Plus. I mean, it's still a good phone. It doesn't have any cracks or anything, and I don't know what I would use it for, but I could sell it. Too scared to miss knowledge. Dude, we stream almost every single day. Tomorrow, it'll be awesome because at 2 p.m., I'll be streaming then for everybody that's in Europe, Australia, Asia. So you guys don't have to stay up until 4 a.m. in order to watch the streams. I understand that is a difficulty for a lot of people. That's a difficulty for everybody. What am I talking about? Yeah, set your stop losses and your take profits smartly. So like right here, I ruined this trade because I did not follow my rules. Okay, so on this trade right here, my average entry was 9,260. As of right now, if I do get a DCA, it could actually help things. But as of right now, it's 9,260. My stop loss is right here. And my potential profit is right here. So that is a 217, right? 217. Not bad, but it's not amazing. Sniper, what's going on, man? How you doing? Can I send you a chart on Telegram and tell me your opinion on stream? Yeah, exactly. I can do that. Bitbird, have a great night, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Lovely new face. Love it, man. Okay. So... yes, technically, the horizontal's right, but I understand where other people are coming from with that. But for me, I go based off of my Ganns and off of my fib retracements. And as of right now, there's nothing telling me that 9,500 is particularly a very strong resistance. Now, if you are going based off of just regular technical analysis, yes, right here would technically be a very strong resistance at about 9,300. 9,500 is above that resistance. So technically, we're actually bullish ever since we were past 98.80 or 90.80. That's why I don't spend a lot of time looking at other people's charts. I look at my own, I look at my supports and resistances, and I make my trades. That's where like Crypto Zombie was saying, oh, we've already broken out of the descending wedge. We're bullish now. Get ready, guys. Bull run. But for me, I needed to see us break the 4-to-1 Gann fan in order for me to get bullish. Since that has happened, I can get bullish. We have bullishly diverging indicators. Now, that being said, once we do start topping out, all of the extra bearish divergence would actually start adding up as well and bring us back down for a retest. But as of right now, everything is looking fantastic. When do you draw a new Gann fan? So pattern, breakout, top, swing low. So like right here, until we put in an official top, you would hold these Gann fans, but once you have a new top, start your new Gann fans like we did right here. He said, while we aren't talking technically, we're talking in reality. There are many sell orders between 9,500 to 10K, and that's perfectly fine. That doesn't necessarily mean that we are going to get to 95 to 10K and go back down to 6,500. All that means is people are wanting to take profit in those regions and wait for an official setup in order for a move past or a move back down to the downside. It doesn't mean that we should say, okay, we're hitting 9,500, go short. It just means that people are taking profits off of their orders around that region. And I don't look at order books either, guys. A lot of the times, the places I'm looking to buy, the places I'm looking to sell, line up with the order books almost perfectly. And if you are getting caught up in order books, you can get spoofed, all right? You can get tricked. So do not fall for it, guys. Look at your own charts, get good at identifying places to buy, identifying places to sell. Go off your own charts, you'll have much better success. You can believe me on that. I have 20% too much in my trade. Entry 9,216. You said you would go out immediately when in profit. I don't mean immediately in profit. Like once we hit the 1.272, I would cut 15% out and let the rest ride and then follow through with the plan immediately if that is something that you got yourself into. Now, 20% right now is way too much. If we were down here and you got in 20% of your portfolio in that specific trade, yes, that still is bad, but it's not as bad as having 20% in right now. Yeah, that's what yellow X's are. Yellow X's, they can remove buy walls or sell walls, and that can let the price go parabolic right after that. Or it can make it drop even faster. That's why do not look at order books. I mean, there's a lot of great traders, don't get me wrong, that look at order books, but they specifically know how to look for those particular things. If you are just getting introduced to trading, focus on your charts. Do not focus on level 2 data flow, order books. They will trick you. 3. I have 1/4 take profit at the 1.272, 1/4 of my take profit at the 1.414, and then finally, all of my profit will be taken by the time I hit the 1.618. Sniper, that's not being conservative. That is being good. Using 5% of your entire portfolio, well, not your entire portfolio, but of your trading portfolio per trade, that is absolutely perfect. Now, that has to be based on specific patterns. I would not say trade patterns like this with 5% of your portfolio, like this right here. But bigger patterns like this right here, short the tops, long the bottoms, short the tops, long the bottoms. Now, right here, we tried to short the top, but it broke out to the upside. But we're now above that macro resistance. It's holding as support. We're getting bullishly diverging indications. I'm willing to hold that trade. And to make sure your stop loss is in a good place as well. Kite, which market cipher are you using? I can't find it in the indicators. This is the paid version from CryptoFace. So if you want to look up his channel, it's CryptoFace. And it is kind of expensive. So if you are just getting into trading, I wouldn't technically recommend it. It's a great indicator. But I would just be using RSI and MACD until you really get good at trading. Once you need that extra edge, then you can go ahead and buy it. But it's all dependent on what you want to do first. You will take a new long after you take the three profits. So no. So in this region between 9,867 to 10,100, I would be looking for short entries. Okay, because this is my next macro resistance right here. Fish, you got to play with the ball, please. I'm almost done with the live stream. Let's see. How long have we been going, guys? We've been going for an hour and 52 minutes. So about the 2 hour 15 to 2 hour 30 minute mark, we'll end it. And I will be on tomorrow at about 2 p.m. Sniper, you're doing a great job, man. That's exactly what I did when I started learning how to trade. I just went into people's channels that I thought were good traders. The ones that I really liked when I started off was Crypto Bitcoin Chris. Also goes by Crypto Revolution now. Filicone and Crown Crypto. And I would just go into their streams. I would go into their videos. And I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. But I would just listen, get my vocabulary up, and then start looking up those different topics individually and learning them to their fullest potential. And then trying them out. Yeah, that's the one thing that I wish CryptoFace would do. See, I get where he's coming from. It's a marketing thing, and you can't hate him for that. He wants to make it look easier than it actually is. But like I said, guys, once you actually learn it, it is easy. But it's the psychological stuff that gets you into a huge problem. So that's why when I show you guys these awesome indicators, I first say, you need to have a very good understanding of support and resistance, whether it be through Gann's or just simple technical analysis, in order to make really great trades alongside indicators. Indicators cannot help you if you don't have a good foundation. Fish, stop licking me! Stop licking me! Four time frames. What is the best time spread on the 4 time frame chart? For me, I love the 2 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute. Those I've been using for months now, and they have not done me wrong. For scalps, I still scalp with those time frames. They're absolutely amazing. For scalps and swings, I use the 2 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute. That doesn't necessarily mean don't pay attention to your daily, but you get what I'm saying. I'm not saying that's not good. I just think if you have a wide picture of the macro and the micro, you will have a much better time scalping. You really will. Because let's say you're scalping this time frame and you're not paying attention to the 2 hour. 2 hour is showing a rejection at the 50. What does your 30 minute tell you? Your 30-minute also got rejected at the 50 right here, but your 2-hour gave a signal right here, while your 30-minute gave a signal right here. So you could have a much better entry if you were playing it on a higher time frame rather than waiting for the 30-minute to lead the way. Fish, why are you crying, buddy? What's going on, man? Give me 1 second. Why are you crying? Ugh. He's back to playing with that stupid ball. I swear to God, if you knock over the vacuum, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad. Let's see. Said 8-hour. We could get a bounce off of this little horizontal support right here as well. Yeah, we got the 8-hour bearishly diverging as well. Doesn't necessarily mean that's going to go absolutely into effect right now, but it could kick in up here and then cause us to come back down, retest supports, and then build a little bit of a pattern. Obviously, that's what I would like to see. It could force us back down. But right now, the best risk-reward trade is we are above a macro resistance. It's holding support so far. We're bullishly diverging. I have to go with that. Yeah, I don't have any experience with Ikamuchu, or I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but you get my point. But I've seen other people use it and have great success with it. It just was never personally my cup of tea. RVGI. I don't know what that one is, but RSI is absolutely awesome. And I would recommend you put on MACD for momentum waves, unless our RVGI is sort of like the same thing. Speculative. 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 I feel like a part of my brain says I'm not saying that right. But speculative. Oh my god, okay, we're not going to start this. Sit down. Sit. Sit. Okay. Thank you, Crypto Dollar, or Crypt Dollar. I always like to say crypto, but crypt. Hey, no. Chill, you nailed it. Thanks, man. Fish, he just keeps trying to get in my lap, but I can't have him in my lap right now. Either that or he's having fun where I pick him up and then I kind of like toss him onto the couch. He's like, this is fun. This is awesome. And he just keeps doing it over and over again. He did it again. On the couch. MACD is awesome for momentum divergences, and if you see one, it's going to play out pretty much exactly. Do you watch time frames like the 7-minute? No, the lowest I ever go is 15. I'm getting a workout picking up fish and then tossing them on the couch. He's a chunky dog, man. The RSI is not the default RSI on Market Cypher B, but the money flow, yes. Put fish on camera. Okay, fish, come here. Lay down right there. All right. Hello, my name is Fish. Like a deer in headlights. Fish, you cannot get in my lap, buddy. No. Not right now. No. Because then you just try to get on the desk. I ain't having it. I ain't having it. Down. Down. Good boy. Hey, no, no. Hey, 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 hey. I don't have any bones right now. I am going to Petco tomorrow, though. Oh, come on. The problem with Fish, though, is like even though he's such a small dog, treats just don't work for him because he will go through them in like literally 5 minutes. Like it will be a gigantic bone meant for like a German Shepherd and it will be gone. It's ridiculous. I can't give him any, even like the Tuffy toys I can't give him because he chews them up. I've tried working with him, like wherever I see him like chewing too hard on a toy or anything like that, I'll take it away for a second, give it back to him. If he treats it right, I'll let him still play with it. I don't know what I don't know what to do. Yeah, if I die, all my crypto goes to Fish. Yeah, that's the rule, crypto motivation. That's the rule. And what's up, man? How you doing? Yep, we're still live. We are cutting it soon. In about 25 minutes, we'll be cutting the stream. And we'll be on tomorrow at 2 p.m. Korean, what's going on, man? How's your energy? Extravagant. That's my energy level right now. I went to bed later than I thought I would last night, but I still got really good sleep. Fast recap. Okay, we have a bullishly diverging RSI. We are above a macro resistance. It's a good position for a long. Now, your stop loss needs to be below the 8-to-1 Gann fan from the previous pattern. So that's going to be at about $9,000. Okay, But you can see that we're getting lower lows on the RSI, but we're getting higher lows on Bitcoin. That is a continuation. So definitely a good sign going forward. Definitely is. Now, hopefully, I wake up before 2 p.m. Sometimes I like to sleep in a little bit later than I probably should. But that's the beauty of working for yourself. As long as I don't have someone to get to on like a one-on-one session, I'll sleep in until I can't no more. It's probably unhealthy. I know it's unhealthy. But dang, does it feel good. Sounds like Sports Center for trading right here. I watched Shaq's interview about how he's, coping with Kobe's death. That man is broken. He is broken. And I literally cried my eyes out when I was watching him. I'm not a big basketball fan, but seeing somebody literally broken from a loss, that just hurts me. It really does. Okay, I'll take a look at it. Let's add it down here. So it's RVGI. Is it relative vigor index? So MACD. So let's see. So you can get a bullish divergence off of that. Yes, you can see bullish divergences on this indicator as well. So this does look like a momentum indicator, but what it looks like is kind of like the cross on the MACD. MACD, it might just be a little bit easier to spot those divergences just because they're thick, but you can get the same types of divergences off of this. Kind of looks like a mixture between stochastic. Now, you can see the W patterns on this very well. So like right here, whenever you see a W pattern, that is a huge move to the upside. So you can see that right here, forms a W. Whenever you see an M, let's see if we can spot an M. Is there any clear ones? Right here. Okay. We had an M, and then right after the M, we have a good move to the downside. Now you can see this was bullishly diverging on the way down. You can see you got a lower low on Bitcoin, but you got a higher low right here. That tells you to go long. So as long as you're able to understand the divergences and read them well, you'll do absolutely fine with this indicator. I'm very sorry, man. TL. Yeah, I was watching this video about this guy. His dog just had a stroke, and listening to him talk to his dog and know that he's probably gonna have to put him down. That was hard. That was hard. Robert, what's going on, man? How you doing, buddy? Big L, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Kite, I had 10K and bought at 11.2 on August 3rd. Then we went down and down, and I sold and I lost 3K. Why? I don't know. Because I thought I can multiple my grandma's money. I feel guilty. Use that as a catalyst to learn what you need to learn to make that money back. Now, I'm not saying you're going to make back that 3K in a couple trades. It might take a month or two. It might take 3-4 months, but it is possible. Make sure that you are focusing on not losing money and not gaining back those losses as fast as possible. And you'll be fine, man. Is that hidden bullish divergence still playing out? It's just about to cross to the upside. So we'll see if it works out. I think I want to start going on stream with like super messy hair like Crown does. Like Crown's hair is all over the place. I'm like, how does he get any respect? I have perfect hair. But, you know. What's my stop loss? $9,000. That's my stop loss. He looks like a mad scientist. That's what I love about him. He looks like he stays inside all day trading, which I respect that. I don't know what bushwhacker means, but sounds funny. Crown Crypto. For leverage trading or just onboarding cash into Bitcoin? For me, I use Coinbase Pro, and then I use a combination between my Coinbase Pro account and my ledgers, and then I put whatever money I'm trading with at the time on Bybit. Obviously, I only put about like maybe 10%, and if I need to add more, which I never should because I should never go below, but I use Bybit. Fish, you're not getting the sausage, okay? That is my sausage, and if I choose to share it with you, you will get it. Oh, he's angry. He's angry.
Can't look stupid.
That didn't sound right. Hickory's Farm sausage. Mrs. G, what's going on? I think I need to move this monitor closer to me because like the text is so tiny. I know what I could probably do. I could pop out the chat and then like put it up here. So that way I don't have to like look down at the bottom right. I can just look up here. Yep, it's that wind down time. We're coming to a close. What would be the next big move? Well, if we hold support here, we're going to be trying to go up to the 1.618 at about $9,800. I wouldn't say initially. I think we will hold resistance around the $10,100 mark for a little bit, form some sort of pattern, and hopefully break past it, but I don't think it's going to be a straight shot. Oh, Fish hit his head on the desk because he's not the smart boy. He's trying to eat my pinky finger right now. Don't bite my finger. I will fight you. I will fight you. Do not bite my finger.
If I can learn before I pray, then it's a problem that God doesn't need. It's more than just words, more than a phrase, more than advice.
How would you read the 2-minute just as an experiment? See, that's the hard thing. If you're just reading the 2-minute or those lower time frames, as long as you have the supports and resistances clearly drawn out for the macros, you can be on the smaller time frames. But if you're just focusing on smaller time frame supports and resistances, you're going to be missing a large piece of the picture.
Probably because I don't have those great surroundings right now. It's up to me to bring the great out of everything that I'm surrounded by. And I'll admit I made enough excuses. The blame game, that's just as useless. The want that you have, that's just as use it. Ain't shit left, just fucking do it. I got this feeling inside.
Fishy, lay down. Stop trying to get into my lap. We will be done in just a couple minutes. Okay, you are good for the first half of the stream, and I appreciate that. You weren't a hassle the entire time, but for like the last 5 minutes, no. For the last 5 minutes, I need you to go calm down, and then we can go watch Netflix. Suggestion: could you have price shown in the stream? Yeah, I could probably work on that. I don't know how to get that ticker set up, but I'm sure I can find out how.
C-A-R-A-V-E-O. First name rhyme, middle name Bandito. Yeah, sent to me ho. I been had a stilo. Hand on the wheel, rolling like an armadillo.
Now, like a lot of the price points are really hard to see because I do have an ultra wide monitor, so I have to kind of condense it in order to fit the screen. Okay, I'll show Fish again. Fish, get up on the couch. Get up on the couch. Come up here. Come up here. Get up here. Okay. Say hello, Fish. Aw. See, look at him. Oh, you can't even see him. It's so dark. I need to get him like a chair like right next to me in order to like just be up right next to my face. Fishy. Be good dog. Okay, if you want in my lap, get in my lap. For the second you start acting up, you're going back down. Understood? Deal? He shook my hand, yes. Alright, come on. Come on. Oh my god, he is so lazy. Okay, there we go. Alright.
Now put your fucking hands up in the air and yell. Now is not a time to give a care about your hair and nails. We rolling deep and you could even compare a deal. I'm not a liar, man, I'm flyer than the parasail. Hell, we going stupid and dumb. Now fear that bass at your shoes.
Ah! What are you doing? Stop it! Stop it! Just chill. Just chill. Night, Kite. Thanks for the info as always. You're welcome, man. I appreciate that. Ah, what do you want from me? You just want a hug? Just want a hug? Is that all you want? What did you just do? Let's see. His birthday is on Father's Day, and he was born last year. Actually, no, he was born 2018. So he's almost 2 years old. Almost. Smells the sausage you ate. That Hickory Farm sausage, man. If you get cheese and crackers, it's awesome. What are you doing? Of total cash available, including savings, what percentage would you say you have put into crypto? Almost everything, because crypto is my full-time job. Yes, I have some cash on the sidelines just in case, but for the most part, since I do think we have actually hit a bottom here, most of my money is in crypto. Fish, what is down there that you're trying to get? Look at me. No. I think he thinks there's something in the chair. Fish. There is nothing in between me and the chair. I don't know what you're trying to get. God. Just chill. Just chill. Alright, so we're coming to the end of the stream here, so I'm going to start saying goodbye, guys. As always, I appreciate you being here, stopping by for however long that might be. And hopefully each stream you guys learned something new. And as always, if you guys have questions, ask them. Not only will I teach you, but it helps other people that aren't willing to ask questions. So every time somebody asks me the same question I've repeated 1,000 times, I'm happy, because that means, hey, I didn't quite get it the last time. Can you try to re-explain it so hopefully it can help me from here on out? I am more than willing to do that. So definitely make sure you're taking advantage of the live streams. 86 Harleys, have a good night, buddy. I appreciate it. Rafa, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Sniper, have a good night, man. Peter JP, have a good night as well. JJ, have a good one. Appreciate it, guys. Stefan, have a good night, man. Mrs. G, love you as always. Fish. Okay. You're gonna have to go now. You are causing too much trouble. Stay. Sit. Sit. Stay. Okay. Zoltan, have a great night, man. Crypt Dollar, thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. Zekin, have a good one, man. And I'll see you tomorrow night for our session, man. I appreciate that. James, have a good night, buddy. I appreciate it. Legal, good night. Should be asleep already, but this was a good stream. I'll have one specifically for you tomorrow, 2 p.m. my time, so about 6 hours earlier than what I normally start my streams at. So that way it'll be about 8 p.m. in Europe, and I don't know what that would be in Asia and Australia. Crypto Half-Life said, good night, fishy. Have a good night, buddy. I appreciate it. Korean, have a great night to you too, man. I appreciate it. I'll get some awesome rest. Did I miss anybody? I don't think so. All right. Well, anybody else that hasn't said goodbye yet, I appreciate you too. I appreciate it very much. And I'm going to say it all the time. Don't know how I got here. Don't know where I'm going. I'm going to try my best. So let's go ahead and go to the stream ending screen. Those times are correct. Okay. And let's go ahead and put on our new song. All right. Give me 1 second. I got to find it. And it's this one right here. Alrighty, so before I start playing it, like I said, guys, have a great night. I appreciate it. Johnny K, have a good night, buddy. Mr. Win, goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow. Alrighty, guys. Bye-bye, guys. Love ya.
Don't be scared of the change. Scared to be the new kid. Scared to be the hero. Some folks just don't want to see us shine, right? But we still here though. Land of the gray. From the land of the gray. From the land of the gray. From the land us crazy. Yeah, they call us crazy. Shit, at least I hope. Cause if you ain't crazy, that means you normal. And if you normal, you lazy and broke. That's why I work like a peasant, hands been calloused. Think like a king, didn't grow up in no palace. Never fall off, yeah, I know how to balance. 85 be the grind, 15 be the talent. Oh, that's how I feel, that's really how I feel. Chase $1 million dreams with a $20 bill. Killing competition will be killing myself. Rest in peace, Cobain, I'ma do it for the gray, okay? Rainfall, I holler whenever that stop. But I'm still sliding through the city in a rag top. Keep it pushing by any means. You can serve it where you want, just don't cook it up by the fiends. You could work a day job, but don't tell them about the dream. Go ahead and speak your mind, just don't tell them what all it means. Keep the secrets safe, you can be afraid. Just don't be scared of the change. Scared to be the new kid, scared to be the hero. Some folks just don't wanna see us shine, right? But we still here though. Land of the gray, from the 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 land of the gray, 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 land of the gray. Let's start from scratch, one by one. Make them all believe, yeah, that's how you build a movement. And if the words I say don't make them move, then what I say gon' move them. Yeah, that's funny to the kids, but really what it is, no, I don't got time for nobody butting in. I work day and night just like Cuddy did. Motherfucker friend zone, I ain't with the buddy biz. These folks wanna travel the world before they gotta work for the rest of their life. But I've been working so I can go travel the world. I think I'm doing this right, so you can be afraid of the end of days. You can be afraid of the knives and the guns and everything else underneath that shining sun. Just don't be scared of the change. Scared to be the new kid, scared to be the hero. Some folks just don't wanna see us shine, right? But we still here though. Land of the gray, from the 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 land of the gray, 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 land of the gray. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let the shit play.